All right, everyone, Jammer here from Jammer's Wrestling Magazine Collection. And as you know, I did a video about a week and a half ago, maybe, talking about how I'm going to change around the room. And I put up some 8x10 photos of Diesel and Shawn Michaels. Well, I also finally changed around this whole area a little bit. So the Garfield stuff has been moved, and I replaced it with wrestling magazines on top. So this freed up some room down here that I could, put my WWF magazines from 1987. They're down here, and kind of just frees up all that room. So I put, Wrestle America and Sports Review Wrestling and such up here. Now, if we go up here now, this is what's different. I have the Hasbros in here now. I had them out in the living room, but I felt this was a much more better spot for them in this room where all the wrestling is. I had a way of doing things. I put Jimmy Hart with Greg Valentine here because he managed them in that. That makes sense, Rhythm and Blues. I put the Hart Foundation over here with the Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov because they're both tag teams. Down here we got the Warrior, Mean Gene Okerlund, and Randy Macho Man Savage. And then if you go over on this side, you got Tugboat, Doink, and Lex Luger, and Mr. T, Cowboy Bob Orton, and Rowdy Roddy Piper. So that's what it looks like now. Let me back up here a bit so you get kind of like a wide shot of everything. So there's a lamp there, but ignore that. But yeah, and then of course over here now is where the Garfield stuff is. I put it on top of the dresser. And of course, the Pro Wrestling Illustrated magazines are still here. And down here are like the doubles and such that I'm probably going to go through and eventually try to sell too. I might even try to sell this because I was looking in here. It's actually, the one I have like in my collection is much better condition. This is actually pretty good, but still, what's the point of having two, right? I mean, I have no space for them, and it would make more sense to try to maybe put them online and get some money for it to buy other magazines to add to the collection, which I'm already running out of room for, right? So, yeah, I just wanted to kind of update you on all that. Yeah, I do like how this looks. I love these retro Hasbro style figures that Mattel brought out. I'm old enough to say I was an LJN guy and a Hasbro guy, right? And a BCA guy. So I hit like that era of, I was born in 1980. So I got to, play with the LJNs when I was like 8, 7, 8, 9 and such, and 10. Then I got the Hasbros when I was, I think maybe going 10 years old or going into 11 years old in that area. And I played with the Hasbros up until I was like, a teenager. And then the BCAs came out. And whereas kids, teenagers are usually playing video games, I kind of grew out of the video game thing. I wasn't really into continuing. I mean, I had Mario Brothers and Mario 3 and all that for Nintendo. But wrestling figures was still my thing, kind of. So I ended up getting into the Jakks bone crunching action figures, which, like this. There's Shawn, those ones. So I got into those, and that then kind of the Ruthless Aggression ones came out, and those are okay, but the BCAs were kind of like my bread and butter, but Hasbro's were cool too. And the reason why I liked the BCAs the most though was because of they were like Hasbro's and LJNs together. But the Hasbro's were cool because they could move, right? I mean, the movable parts, like Luger can like raise his arms up and down here, and Doink I guess swivels. I think, I'm not too sure. Cowboy Bob Orton has the clothesline deal, which was always my favorite. This was always my favorite, mold when I was a kid. I remember guys like Crush, Demolition Crush had that. So did Greg the Hammer Valentine. The Texas Tornado had both arms that did it. I just thought I just like that. It was a cool mold for a figure. You can do clotheslines and such. It was really cool. But it's cool to see that Brett has it over here because, I mean, when you look at the Hart Foundation, the way Jim is positioned, it looks like he can hold someone for Brett to deliver the heart attack clothesline. And I think that's just freaking awesome. I think that's how it should have been, back in the day when the Hasbros came out, we never did get this era of Jim the Anvil Neidhart. We got the new Foundation Jim with the blue baggy pants and the yellow checkered boots. And Brett, we did get a black with pink like this here, but it was like I want to say probably from like I guess near the end of the Hart Foundation run. It might be kind of like this one. I feel like this here. I feel like these, even though they have the hearts on the chest, I feel like these are more of the heel Hart Foundations. Because look at Brett here. I mean, and those to me, this is 1987, early 88 Hart Foundation as far as I'm concerned. Even though they gave them the hearts like that. I know they didn't put the hearts on their singlets until they became good guys, but still, I mean, I guess you can have these Hart Foundation figures act as heels or baby faces, right? And it's cool to see Sheik and Volkov. I mean, Volkov should have had a figure back in the day for Hasbro. I don't know why he didn't, but it's just neat now to see. And of course, this here, the figure that Matt Cardona paid like a shit ton of money to get the original is like this one here is out everywhere. So if you don't have the original, who cares? You get this when they're out of the package and they're on display with the rest, they all look the same, right? They're all the same height. They're all the same style, really. I mean, if you blend them in with the originals, you're probably not going to notice. Same with Tugboat here, who they made Typhoon back in the day, but not Tugboat. So this Piper, by the way, too, is much better than the original. The original had the shirt and the kilt was molded on. Just not a very playable action figure. So yeah, this is what I've done with this area. I should be doing a video again soon. The new PWI should be out. Let me see. This one says on display, if you can see that, October 3rd. So I'm guessing I went out today and looked. It wasn't available yet. They still had that one on the stand. So maybe tomorrow they'll have it out, and I'll be able to get it. I believe it's the PWI 500. So I'll definitely do a video on that and go through and see who the top 10 are. And I think I kind of already know who the top 10 are from the internet. I think Seth Rollins got number 1. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure it was Seth, but I'll double check. Also, for these figures here, down here, I still have the original boxes for them. So, not that I'd ever sell them. I don't think I will. I mean, I'm really bad back in the day. I'd buy things because I like them at the moment, and then I'd get rid of them like a year later. I don't think I'm going to get rid of these. I really like them. I don't know why. I guess maybe it must be because it's a throwback to when I bought them and played with them as kids, probably. But yeah. I also have 2 other ones. I have a Shawn Michaels and a Diesel in this style of figure. But the Shawn is with the WrestleMania 23 stuff that I did a video on, and you can check that out in the library. And the Diesel one is with the Diesel stuff. So. Which technically probably should be over here too now with all the Diesel and Shawn 8x10s I have here. So, all right. Again, thank you for all the new subscribers. And the comments and such. I'm trying to get back to all you guys. I appreciate it. It's been fun. A lot of good communication and just laughter and such I'm having with you guys with things. And I really appreciate it. I hope you guys are having fun too, watching the videos. And yeah, until I do another video, I will talk to you guys later.